Hello and welcome to the Magic the Blabbering podcast. I'm your host Nick with Josh. Today we're talking all things Spider-Man.
Yeah,
How are you doing, Josh?
I am doing good. How'd your cube coming?
Uh, I've spent hours and hours on it, and it just keeps shifting the goalposts. First, it had a very rigid theme, and then I was drafting some decks like this is not working. So now I'm editing. I think it's getting better, but we'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah. Are you gonna put any uncards in it?
No, maybe some unlands. I
I,
love the unlands. Maybe
yeah,
that's
I
part of
mean,
the goal.
there's some fair cards. There's some fair uncards that you could put in there. I feel like that wouldn't be
It's not worth the
too.
brain space that I've already invested into this queue. I don't have unnostalgia. I just have nostalgia for that weird Z-shaped island and that cool mountain. Okay, from
Okay.
the first on.
So yeah, so I've been watching Avatar, and we
Yeah,
made it to the third book, and we're about probably a quarter of the way through the Fire Nation. So
nice. Oh wow, you're
yeah,
almost done.
yeah. So the Uncle Iroh is getting swole in prison, and that's uh, that's where we're at right now. So yeah, we'll
Is he your
definitely
favorite character yet or not?
uh yeah, I mean I've always liked him, but yeah,
Yeah.
he's he's pretty good. So um yeah, so we'll be done before the set comes out. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to this set now. It was kind of nice. Like this was different than Final Fantasy. Like Final Fantasy, like I just kind of didn't really care about the cards because I didn't like know the characters, and like there's no way I was gonna play through one game, much
All the
less
games.
16 before the set came out. Um and then we've got Spider-Man here that like I mean that you you can't take it all in. This I like the Avatar because I can it's one show and I can watch it and I'll have all the information I need for the set. So yeah, I dig it, but yeah, Spider Man is a whole different different animal.
Yeah, sticky
so
web right there.
so yeah, let's we've got the whole set revealed for Spider-Man, and I think we're going to talk about just a few of the cards that we that jump out at us, and we'll talk about maybe some through the Omen Path stuff a little bit. um, we just actually just discovered that before we started recording here, and yeah, it's kind of funny. I mean, we knew that was it was happening, but I didn't like specifically go out and look at any of these cards ahead of time. Did you, Nick?
I've seen a couple come across some Discords and Facebook messages, like
Yeah.
the Green Goblin's like this goofy little goblin. And some of them, honestly, I'm like, I like this better. And some of them,
Yeah.
I'm like, this is an abomination. So,
Yeah. The only
uh,
one I've really saw until today was the Scion of the Earth Spider that was going around everywhere, and yeah, it seems pretty goofy to me, and
yeah,
but let's get into some of the cards that you wanted to talk about, and
yeah.
yeah. So what's the
So,
first one you want to talk about?
so first one I want to talk about because we did our little, we went through the teaser the other day. So there were a handful of cards we predicted. And this card I somewhat predicted from its reference. It's Black Cat Cunning Thief. Uh, three black, uh, legendary creature, human rogue villain. I don't know, shouldn't it be a hero villain? Anyway, when Black Cat enters, look at the top nine cards of target opponent's library. Exile two of them face down. Then put the rest of them on the bottom of their owner's library in random order. You may play the exiled cards for as long as they remain exiled. May spend mana of any type to cast spells this way. So it's just an upgraded Gaunty. Well, kind of upgrade downgrade
Yeah.
Gaunty. Kind of sweet. Sweet card. I like that it's the legend. Uh, I like that I predicted that the nine cards would be Black Cat because cats, nine lives, all that good stuff. But this just seems like a fun card. I love the steal your opponent's card thing for black. I thought that was a cool workaround to get naturalizes into black. I'm happy to see that here, and I'm happy
Yeah.
to see the character. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, like you said, it's the same. What's the hostage taker or Gonti? That same effect. So I mean, we've seen it
Yeah,
before, but
much more pleasurable to loop. I am surprised she's such a small stat because she's supposed to have like for a 5 drop. It's kind of weird. I mean, it's a lot of value. It's kind of like a mole drifter, so they usually don't let you get 2 cards for 5 on a good body. But
yeah,
Black Cat's supposed to be like strong enough to fight Spider-Man, like and kick his ass. So
yeah. I
I'm
don't
kind of
know that character, so maybe that's
uh I just barely know her from Spider-Man. She's kind of like you know, kind of an analog for um Catwoman. She's
yeah.
steals stuff, but she's like love interest ish for Spider-Man or a temptation for
Mm.
Spider-Man, and she has the same soldier serum that Captain America has, so I
Oh,
expected
really?
her to be a
Okay.
bit stronger. Yeah,
Hmm.
or like a copy. Like I remember in this show from the '90s, there's a scene where it's like my dad saw was like looking through the window of the lab where they're like doing the superhero serum
Uh,
for Captain America, and remember he has a photographic memory, so he memorized all the thing and then rewrote it and then gave it to me. So yeah, it's kind of silly, but yeah, some Spider-Man lore for those who may not know. Um, but yeah, I want to talk about that card. Um, and then I wanted to talk about a card that I was thinking about maybe even making the commander for myself. It's Lady Octopus, Inspired Inventor. For 1 blue, a legendary creature, human scientist villain. Whenever you draw your first or second card each turn, put an Ingenuity counter on Lady Octopus. Tap, you may cast an artifact spell from your hand with mana value less than or equal to the number of Ingenuity counters on Lady Octopus without paying its mana cost, and it's a 0/2 creature.
yeah, this is
Um,
interesting.
yeah, it's kind of sweet. Like you're always getting a counter every turn, and then it's really great with Sensei's Divining Top. Another
Yeah.
another awesome top card. It's great with Heuristic Study, which I passionately hate, and those type of cards. But it's just kind of sweet, just like a fun card to let you like plunk out little artifacts. I think it's probably more powerful than I imagine. Um, what do you think about this card, Josh?
So you can get 2 ingenuity counters per turn, right? That's how I'm reading this card.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, anytime you can cast a spell for free, there's it opens a lot of possibilities. So, yeah, I don't think we've seen a card that lets you cast spells for free that hasn't been played, or tried to be broken at one point or another.
This reminds me of like a Joyra they made from like Dominaria United. It was like a red and a blue, and it got like 2 ingenuity counters. Did something similar, but this is a 1 drop, and it like cares about you drawing cards, which is already a reward. It kind of gives me that idea that you're gonna do that like eggs thing where you're like playing 0 mana
Hmm.
artifacts to draw a card to level it up, and then you're gonna
And
like
then
cast
cast,
something for
yeah,
free.
yeah.
Yeah, so it seems like a pretty powerful piece.
So you're just ramping into like Blightsteel Colossus.
I mean, I'm sure just getting some like 4 mana thing, like what's that guy, Scrap Trawler or something? You put that like this might be like a real player. Like you get like a
Yeah,
Scrap Trawler into play for free, and then you're like, cycle all my artifacts.
yeah. Or
I would like to ramp it up to Blightsteel, but
like feel like you're going to get like 3 and Dynamo or like all the mana rocks and stuff, and yeah, that's
yeah,
that's
basically cement the advantage, right? You're just
that's
like,
where
it's
my
up to
mind goes.
4.
Yeah,
Yeah, now I can cast my 6 drop or 8 drop forever and copy it, and yeah, it seems sweet. It's in blue, so you can like untap it and do some crazy crap. So kind
yeah.
of very spicy card. Interesting to see it not being Lady Octopus. I don't know much more than the character from the Spider Verse universe, so this might just be more lore there than I'm aware of. Um,
Yeah, I've never
but
heard of
yeah,
this character before either. So,
yeah,
like I
they
said,
just had
most of my Spider-Man knowledge comes from the Venom pinball game and then like the cartoon as I watched as a kid. So,
there was a female
and the
Doc Ock
movies.
in Into the Spider Verse, but it wasn't this one. So there's got to be, I don't know the deal.
Yeah.
So maybe it's his dog. I don't know. It probably has some silly lore, like I had just said before. All right, so another card we tried to predict. Um, Rent is Due, the most horrifying card name ever. Uh, one white mana enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, you may tap two untapped creatures and or treasure tokens you control. If you do, draw a card. Otherwise, sacrifice this enchantment. Um, this card's kind of good. I
Yeah.
think this is a pretty good deal. Like you just tap two dudes and draw a card. Like
Yeah.
that's
The only
a
thing
good
is like
rate.
you have to do it or you lose this enchantment.
Yeah. But in white, I mean, that's a low opportunity cost to draw an extra card every turn.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
like.
Yeah, I'm not saying
Um,
it's bad. It's just I don't like that clause.
yeah, yeah. It definitely, this is a really cool magic card to me because it really invites me to like do some work and it actually is a good reward. Um, I'm kind of into it. I also don't like that, it's giving me thoughts of like, if I don't pay, I lose my house, my living, but that's not chill. But I think this card actually has some playability. I mean, you just have to have like some extra crap laying around, which cards and permanents do a lot more nowadays. Maybe it's fine. I don't know. It's $15 according to pre-order sale prices, so
Jeez.
um, maybe it's got some love. But I'm interested in that card. It seems pretty good.
You know what I'm interested in is seeing what the through the Omen Path's counterpart to that card is. And
Oh
I
yeah,
don't see it. Is that
rent
a
isn't due.
is that
White card.
is that a regular set card?
Yes, it's Confessor's Bindings,
Oh, okay. That's why. Yeah.
which I
So
don't fully understand what that means, but okay.
okay, Confessor's Bindings is the through the Omen Path side of that.
It looks like a goblin's all chained up. I don't
Yeah.
understand, but okay.
Well, I mean that's the least the least disturbing card that I've seen in the through the
In
Omen
universe,
Paths.
no rent. In universe, community
Which
housing,
yeah.
baby. There's no rent. Ravnica, you don't pay rent in Ravnica, all right? You just get that place.
All right, what's the next one you would talk about?
All right, so this card, this I think we might have talked about it a little bit before. Hydro Man. Did we talk about that last time?
We talked, so
Oh,
that was on the spoiler or the teaser because it go ahead and read the card. It has
that's right. That's right.
part of the text of the card was in the teaser, so
Yeah, so this card's crazy cool. Hydro Man, Fluid Felon, blue, blue, legendary creature, elemental villain. Whenever you cast a blue spell, if Hydro Man is a creature, get its +1/+1 until end of turn. At the beginning of your next end step, untap Hydro Man until your next turn. He becomes an island and gains tap for a blue. He's not a creature during this time. Good reminder text for people. Um, and he's a 2/2. I kind of love this card. I feel like this is like a quintessential Magic design. Um, yeah, it kind of feels awkward for this. This is such like a. This is like a good combination, right? Like we found a hero, but we really made a really evocative Magic card. I kind of love this card. What do you think, Josh?
yeah, I dig it. It's so he only becomes a land when it's not your turn, basically. So lets you cast basically instants or activate other abilities. But yeah, I mean he seems like he grows pretty fast. What's the cut purse?
He doesn't get counters. He just gets +1 for the turn, so he's not that
Oh, okay.
busted.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
okay.
if he did that, I would be like, holy crap, this card is. I already
Yeah,
think the card is kind of busted because it's sneakily like 1 mana because you play it and then you get your mana back. So on turn 3, you can kind of like play it and still have like counterspell backup.
yeah.
Um, so
And
he's a really good
also
low
he
investment
has
threat.
like it's like good evasion because like unless you have a destroy land card,
Right.
then you have to kill him at instant speed basically.
Right. Yeah, he's kind of a sweet card. Maybe a little push, but definitely feels like a Magic design that should have existed at some point. So I really kind of like that to see that like somehow because we did this Universes Beyond, I feel like they were trying to do Hydro Man. He's like he becomes water. They like put it together and it's like this perfect like I'm an island basically. Actually, he's not an island. He's just a land that taps for blue, which is
Yeah.
funny because he's not an island. No man is an island, like you said before.
Let's talk
But yeah,
about Electro. Kind of goes along with
yeah,
this Hydro Man because this card is also, it seems to me, pretty bonkers.
yeah. So Electro Assaulting Battery, great name. Uh, one red, legendary creature, human villain, flying. You don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, add a red. Whenever Electro leaves the battlefield, you may pay X. When you do, he deals X damage to target player. It's a 2/3.
Yeah.
Um, so, whoa, this card is pre-selling for a lot.
Is
And I've
it?
already heard people saying, yeah, I see like $50 almost.
Wow. Yeah.
But he's not out yet, so obviously it'll drop, but that's hype. I've been hearing people talk about him like the your VVs 5 through 8.
Yep.
Um, yeah, very solid card. I mean, I've played against Bergie, if you guys remember all the way back from Kaldheim. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Bergie already was just like a combo enabler. Now you have like just another one. Um, he's evasive on his own. He stores mana, so you can have these bursty turns, which is kind of
Yep.
nice for red. Um, a really good spell slinger, and he just has that extra line of text where he just nugs somebody, so he can kind of be your win condition if you have some way to go infinite off of his ability.
Yeah.
I don't
This
know
is
how you do that, but
like,
maybe Cunning Ignis or something.
this seems like he gets played in
Or
like
that's
a lot of storm decks, because it's just like refilling
your
your
mana.
mana. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just like, I could empty my hand once Electro's out, and then you're like, grape shot or whatever.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's just pretty nuts. I mean, yeah. Also, just like a good body, like a red evasive dude. Like you could just play him in like casually in like a red standard deck, and you do some work just being
Yeah.
like a
2/3,
flyer.
a 2/3 flyer for 3.
Yeah, like he's
Yeah.
not big. He's not the most aggressive. I'm sure like there's been plenty of like more aggressive cards, but because he like gives you so much mana flexibility and he's hard to kill, like if you untap with him and you're just not doing anything and you kill him, they're just gonna nug you for like
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5. Like
Yeah.
just cause, you know? And you can
Yeah.
just store up mana with them. Like, oh, I didn't do anything this turn. You played something to commit to your board. I'll just tap out, untap. I have now have 10 mana or something. Like that's pretty nuts. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
I that's probably like when I read that card, that was like the card that like out of this whole set really jumped out at me as like being whoa. This card seems super good.
yeah, time will tell. But I have to imagine we'll see Electro going nuts.
Yeah.
Um, very interested in that. Oh, here's my favorite card in the set so far. Love it. Lizard Connor's Curse. 2 green. Legendary creature, lizard villain. Trample has the ability named Lizard Formula. When Lizard Connor's Curse enters, up to one other target creature loses all abilities and becomes a green lizard creature with base power and toughness 4/4. And he's a 5/5. I love this card. This card is great. The best.
I'm trying to think of other dinosaurs that cost 2 and 2 green to compare, because we've got um uh
We got the hulking raptor. It's like a five
yeah, that's the one
three or four,
that gives you two
2 green.
green at your yeah.
Yeah. And it has ward too.
Yeah.
Two and also. Uh yeah, there's that. There's the one that like fights a guy from Dominaria. There's several. But this guy is huge and he just like nukes something. It's kind of a drawback because you pump it up, but like this is like Beast Within where it's like, who cares? Also, you can't swing on me because if I have him, you're like, what big whoop. I
Yeah.
mean, I love this card. This is so we just got Deadpool recently, and he steals abilities. This to me is like basically in that same wheelhouse. And honestly, I don't know. Maybe I make like a mono green where I just play all those green cards that are like bounce my creature to my hand, and just like keep this lizarding everyone's commander. You're a lizard. You're a lizard. You're
Lizard, 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 lizard.
lizard. Yeah. Yes.
It
I
really
most
is
best.
that.
I love this card. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. Uh, Best card of the set for me. Uh, and just running it, like I would just run this in mono green. Like the removal is so bad in Commander for green.
Yeah.
Like I have a green card that actually has a bunch of power. So like all my a card when I have a 4 power enter, all my cards that say draw so much equal to my power, they work with him just sitting here. He beats down, and I can just be like, your commander doesn't do anything now. I can be green and not be too scared. So love it.
So the
Also, he's
the
a good web slinging.
the card the card that you or the creature that you make a 4/4, it just that's it for the as long as that creature's on the battlefield, right?
Yep.
It doesn't go like when this guy leaves, it doesn't turn back into what it was. So like you're
Yep.
permanently, making a vanilla 4/4.
Yep. And you just so you need a picture of that lizard meme, and you just put that on your opponent's card. Ooh. Or like a little toy lizard. You're like lizard. I love it. Simple and clean and amazing. Um, the last card I have that I wanted to talk about. Oh, he's even pre-selling even more than all the others. Is Carnage Crimson Chaos. Two, a black and a red for legendary creature symbiote villain. Trample. When Carnage enters, return target creature with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains this creature, attacks each combat if able, and when this creature deals combat damage to a player, sacrifice it. And it has Mayhem for red and a black, and it's a 4/3. Um, so this card, they've been doing Venom, or they've been doing Carnage outside of the comics in like movies and media, and he always sucks. Like even the Carnage movie, my opinion,
Yeah.
sucked. Uh, this is sick. I love this card. This is so cool. And it's also going back and kind of Mayhem's like the spiritual or the successor of Madness in my opinion, and I'm really happy to see um, this cool ability on Carnage.
And so
This is a
Mayhem
sweet card
Mayhem lets you play this from the graveyard
this turn
this turn.
if it was discarded.
Yeah.
Yeah, so spiritual successor to Madness. I think the specific rules are you may cast this card from your graveyard for whatever its mayhem cost is. If you discarded it this turn, timing rules still apply. So if it's sorcery, so unlike Madness, where I can cast my Arrogant Worm on your turn when I discard it, Mayhem's like, well, if you're a sorcery, you play at sorcery speed. If you're a creature, you play at
Yeah.
creature speed, I guess. But I love it. I love this card. It's really cool for a mechanic. I'm actually happy now because now we can get more madness cards. We're not going to use the word madness, which is a little unfortunate, but um, it's a little worse than madness. But I'm kind of happy with it. It's not as mechanically gross, and I'd love to see it come back. Um, 10 out of 10 for me.
What
Also,
do
it
you
works with graveyard synergies.
what do you get with this when he enters? What do you get from your graveyard? Like what's the
Oh, what would
best?
I bring back?
Yeah, what's a good 3 drop to get back?
Sephiroth. I
Sephiroth
really
is
don't
a
know.
Sephiroth is a 3 drop. I thought it was a 4 drop.
No, the 3 drop, the mono black Sephiroth is a 3 drop.
Really? Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Yep, two and a black. Sephiroth, Fabled Soldier.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Uh, yeah, and then you can sack your Carnage, or sack another Mayhem guy. Yeah, ugh, popping off with this card. I don't know what in non-commander you're doing with this exactly. I mean, that seems like something you do within standard. Um,
Yeah, I
but
feel
maybe
like
Sephiroth's an off strategy. I don't know.
I mean, you could go get the card we just talked about, Electro Assaulting Battery. Like in
Oh yeah,
standard, bring him back.
yeah. So, oh, you kill him? Cool. I'll just get him back.
Right?
Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Like
and just you're just getting so much card advantage off of this. You like anything that draws, you're like faithless looting, play my
mm,
carnage.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Because there, I mean, there is the Faithless Looting card here in I forget what it's called, something Romantic Rendezvous. Discard a card,
oh,
draw 2 cards. Yeah.
yeah.
So.
So you can also live out the bad Carnage movie. What was it like? Carnage Love and Romance or whatever the hell that movie was called. Oh,
Yeah,
Abominable.
all those movies are bad except for the I like the first one. The the
Yeah,
the
just the
rest of them are
first one.
bad. The last one they did, the last dance or whatever. Oh my god, that was
That's
so
it.
bad. That was a piece of trash.
I didn't even go to see that. I knew it would be bad. The first one was good.
Yeah,
Everything else,
unfortunately wasted my time and watched it at home.
I wish they did. I wish they had just done Venom and then a Spider-Man Venom movie,
Yeah,
because that's like technically Spider-Man 3 had Venom, but it was like kind of like a side extra
yeah.
bullshit that
The
sucked.
Topher Grace
Like,
playing.
yeah, sadness, awful. I'm
So
so sad about the movie.
another card you could get back with Carnage is the one that I wanted to talk about, Molten Man.
Molten Man.
Yeah. So he is two and a red for 0/0 legendary creature elemental villain. When Molten Man enters, search your library for a basic mountain card, put it onto the battlefield tap, then shuffle. Molten Man gets +1/+1 for each mountain you control. And when Molten Man leaves the battlefield, sacrifice a land. So we've got a little bit of ramp here in the form of Molten Man. And we've seen this kind of creeping in. We had the one from Final Fantasy that let you go get a land, and then you had to sacrifice it. At some, I don't remember the clause on it, but
It
um,
was you bounced. You could play an extra land, then you had to bounce land.
at the end of your turn,
Is
yeah,
Yeah, and then there's the Chocobo card that got you a mountain
yeah,
into your hand.
yeah,
So they're working on it. I
yeah.
mean, we're getting those
We'll get
very
there
bad
eventually.
cards. Yeah, I'm like just core cartographer uh in red. Like, is that so bad?
Yeah,
Like 4 mana 2/2 gets a mountain. I mean, we already had British chart. I mean,
yeah,
um I think this card's actually a story from Spider-Man. If I remember, he fights a fire elemental, which might be this guy. And I remember vaguely him fighting somebody, and then they're fighting. He tries to kill Spider-Man by going like full nuclear, and he just dies. So this might just be good flavor.
oh yeah, because he just
He like gets consumed by his own fire or
yeah.
something, um, if I remember right. And I think that's why at the end it says, "Is this it? Is this the end of Spider-Man?" I'm guessing. I don't know.
That sounds like a
Uh,
line from like a two-part cartoon. Like tune in next week.
yep, literally, literally perfect.
Did we talk about all the cards you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, we've talked about every card I wanted to talk
Okay.
about.
So I wanted to talk about one that I'm kind of looking forward to, and that is um, what's it called? Villainous Wrath. It's a black card. No. Yeah. It's a black card. 3 and 2 black. Target a sorcery. Target opponent loses life equal to the number of creatures they control, and then destroy all creatures. So we've got kind of a Rakdos Charm and a Damnation all built into one card.
This
So
might be one of the better 5 mana wraths they've made for mono black. And I
yeah,
think that's actually relevant for standard because standard doesn't get a lot of those.
I've won so many games or killed so many players with Rakdos Charm because there's so many creature based token strategies that I play against, and getting to dome their player and then kill other creatures in one card. I really dig it. So yeah,
Yeah.
I've got decks that this is gonna go into. So
So I usually, when I need a 5 mana wrath in black, I feel like it's been the Crux of Fate has been the one at
yeah,
5 a lot of the time.
yeah,
Uh, the one with like not a that's the one that comes to mind. And Crux Fate's cool, but like sometimes there are just dragons, and sometimes you have a dragon. So it's like
yeah,
a little awkward. And Villainous Wrath, on the other hand, this card's sweet because, like, you have killed many people with Rakdos Charm. I've done it a couple times, but most of the time I've killed people with Massacre Worm,
uh-huh,
and this is
yeah,
just Massacre Worm that's not bad. Like, there aren't like I don't need a blanket or something. This is just like boom, and it's also funny because it just picks one person. Like In your multiplayer game, you're like, you have done too much.
Yeah.
You will also take damage for doing what you're doing. Um, I also like this because it kind of I like when cards kind of funnel people a little bit, so they're trying to like push people away from going too wide. Because if you don't have any answers to the snowballs, like
Yeah.
that guy's like gonna just go nuts again the next turn. Now it's like, oh, you went two nuts already. Take like 10, and then they're like, oh, I'm gonna try and go nuts again. It's like, well, we might be able to kill him now. So I think it would have been funnier if they lost a life for every creature that was destroyed, so you could like be the snowball and blow them up with it. But it's a great card. I like that you
Yeah.
chose that one.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah,
Another one I wanted to talk about is a blue card called Spider Sense. And I why is it not called Spidey Sense? Like, is that something that
yeah.
just doesn't exist? Am I making that up? Spidey Sense is a thing, right? Like,
I guess it is spider sense, but they do say Spidey
but
sense.
people
I think
just call it
he
Spidey
casually.
Sense. Okay.
I think he would say it some of the time. Like I don't think you're wrong. I'm was wondering if it's a through the Omen Pass thing, but they changed the name on those. So for me, I'm like,
Yeah.
the ability is called Spider Sense, but he definitely
So
goes by Spidey, and then he says, I'm sure they've said Spidey Sense multiple times, so you're not wrong."
okay. So I'll read the card for you. It is Spider Sense, one and a blue instant web slinging for one. Counter target instant spell, sorcery spell, or triggered ability. So we've got a slightly worse stifle here. Stifle's one blue, right?
Hmm.
So you could theoretically make this into a stifle, because the web slinging ability says you may cast a spell for one. If you do, return a tapped creature you control to its owner's hand. So if you got it,
Actually, this is way more friendly than Stifle because Stifle gets activated abilities. This only gets triggered
yeah,
abilities.
yeah,
So you can't like kill a fetch land. You can only do like this enters. You
yeah,
get wind stuff. So,
yeah.
uh,
But I
yeah,
thought it was kind of an interesting card to see in the Spider-Man set. So, I mean, I knew we
it's a
would
pretty
get,
cool counter.
yeah, I knew we'd get Spider Sense or Spidey Sense, but I wasn't sure how. I figured it would be some sort of um, a counter spell or something like that, but like a saw it coming from, what was that? Was that from Kaldheim? One where you
Yeah, yeah,
no, it was
yeah,
from Eldraine. Yeah, so I figured we'd get something like that where you could like maybe it was Kaldheim. You could foretell it.
yeah. Kaldheim has the foretell
Yeah,
cards. Yeah,
yeah. So yeah,
yeah. I think this card's sweet. If you're like in a blink deck or like a creature blink deck, because you just have another way to like pick up a guy and get some extra value. Countering sorceries is huge, so it's almost a negate, and you get triggered abilities, which is kind of sick. So
yeah. That's
there's
something we don't see a whole lot is countering abilities. So
yeah,
that's why I thought this card was kind of interesting that we saw it printed.
I like it because it's like in a really good space. I don't like things that just counter anything indiscriminately. And there was a time we were getting a bunch of them that were like, I counter every freaking thing possible, like dismiss. But now we're getting some that are like threading that needle to where it's like, ooh, this is pretty playable. Because this is like almost swan song some of the time, doing enough of the swan song things. But it fits a good slot. Like I would expect this card to see a decent amount of play in creature-ish blue decks just because I want to keep my creatures alive. Sure, I'll bring one back and put it in my hand for tempo or get some value in
Yeah,
the meantime.
right.
Kind of sick. So, big fan.
All right, I want to talk about Mysterio, and
Yeah.
not necessarily because I like this card. It
Oh,
seems like an okay card, but it's just when we were talking and we were reading through that teaser, like we theory crafted like a uh, a way better card. I feel like so. This is Mysterio, Master of Illusion, 3 in a blue, legendary creature, human villain. When Mysterio enters, create a 3/3 blue illusion villain creature token for each non token villain you control. Exile those tokens when Mysterio leaves the battlefield, and he's a 3/3. So, I mean, for like if you're doing like the whole villain strategy, you're gonna make you can make a lot of villains to you know have on the battlefield, but like I felt like our our version was kind of like the movie where we said that you'd make a like a drone token, a 1/1 drone like pay he costs X in a blue, and you make X drone tokens when he enters. I feel like that was a our design. I feel like was better than this one. But like
Well, they've got to be making more villains because I just searched Gather for blue villains, and we
yeah.
have 11 of them, or Skyfall for it, 11 of them, and one of them's multicolor, so you can't play that one. Oh, and one of them's a stereo, so you have nine. So unless you're playing Changelings, if we're talking Commander, this ain't doing it.
Yeah.
Uh, it is a lot of power. Like that's not no power. That's like several
Yeah, I mean
dudes
their
we
three
have.
threes is decent. I'm really surprised that they're illusions that like normally when we have illusion creatures in Magic, whenever they become the target of a spell or ability, they get sacked, whereas these
Yeah.
don't. So yeah, so it's
Yeah, I almost expected that line to be on Mysterio himself because then it would kind of function the same, right?
right, exactly, yeah. So um, it's an okay card. It just wasn't like I'd hoped more for from Mysterio because I really like the character, in from the Spider-Man universe. So
Yeah, I almost wish he chose instead of it being villains, it was like non-token artifacts. That way, like artifact creatures or
oh
something.
yeah,
So that way you can get a bunch of them. Because I mean,
yeah,
he uses machines and mechanics to do it.
right.
So why it has to be villains? It's not like Mysterio. Like he makes more copies of himself, yeah, and they could have been villain tokens. But I feel like if it was like artifact creatures, I'd actually be interested in building that deck. Be like, here's all my like ornithopters and stuff, and then
Uh
you
huh.
play him. You're
Yeah.
like, here's a bunch of three threes, and
Yeah.
then they kill Mysterio, they go away. Okay, whatever. But yeah, I feel like I was also let down, but
We
it's
do
it's all
have
right.
the Mysterios Phantasm, which is one in a blue creature illusion villain, flying vigilance whenever this creature attacks a mill card. So, um, we've got his phantasms, his like actual non-token villains here, and then
Yeah.
kind of like it's a kind of a mayhem enabler because you mill a card, so you could eventually pull that. I guess you can't get that back from your graveyard, can you? Because it's only if
I
it's
know this would be a
discarded.
little bit of a flavor fail, but I think if they'd made him do it for each illusion you control, I think that would have been even better.
Yeah.
Because Magic has actually 90 existing illusion
Right. Yeah.
creatures, and they're all kind of weird, and that would be kind of sweet to have like a illusion tribal
Yeah.
uh, deck. Like I'm looking at them, a lot of them are like really goofy cards, but it is what it is. We will accept your terms, Wizards of the Coast, because we don't have a choice.
All right. The last two cards that I want to talk about, it's not because of the cards themselves, but basically because of the art that's on the cards. The first one is Imposter Syndrome. So we've got the Spider-Man meme on a card, the pointing at each other. So this is a enchantment called Imposter Syndrome for blue blue. It is a mythic. Whenever a non-token creature you control deals combat damage to a player, create a token that's a copy of it, except it isn't legendary. So yeah, I kind of dig this one. Anytime you can make copies and they're not legendary, we saw that with like Spark Double, was pretty
Mhm.
broken. So yeah, I dig this. I just wanted to bring this up because of the art, and
We called it.
we did, yeah. I mean, there's only a couple choices, but yeah.
Yeah.
So we got the meme on a card, and then we've got another card with the art that kind of is kind of like a throwback to some of the earlier sets in Magic, which I thought was pretty cool. I actually dig this. It's called Secret Identity. One blue, instant, choose one. Conceal until end of turn. Target creature you control becomes a citizen with base power and toughness 1/1 and gains hexproof. Or reveal until end of turn. Target creature you control becomes a hero with base power and toughness 3/4 and gains flying and vigilance. And so the art on this card is Spider Man, and he's like his mask is like in half flying off, each side of its head, and it is a callback to a card from Mercadian Masks called Unmasked, right? Nick, it's a black
Mhm.
card,
Yep.
and if
Yep.
you, I'll put both arts on the screen here so you guys can see. But I dig this. I think it's pretty cool. I don't know, I can't tell if the artist is the same. Oh, it is RK Post. Yeah, so RK
Yep. It
Post,
is.
yeah, I think believe did both arts.
Yep. He did. Kind of cool. Kind of cool throwback. Nice to see this Magic. The cards don't do the same thing, but it's also
Yeah,
um, kind of a neat place to see just a Magic crossover. Seeing some more Magic being honored in the universes beyond. Um,
yeah.
it's kind of
Except
cool.
then we go to the through the Omen Path stuff, and
And then it's an abomination. Oh
so,
my god.
but
We have
yeah,
been through those, and some of them kind of fit, and some of them it's like, what on earth is that?
yeah, some of them
Uh,
are pretty bad, and some of them are really bad, and then some of them are actually better than the Spider-Man versions. So
well,
very
Josh, you
few,
pointed
but
out when we were looking through some of the arts, you saw that there was one that was since a lot of these are human spiders, you pointed out that some of them were, a person and a
and a
spider.
spider, yeah,
And
kind of like
because we
they
can do
did,
that,
yeah, with what was it? All will be
Boomburo.
one. Well, all
Oh
all will
yeah,
be one. They had all the team ups, and so we had,
yeah.
yeah, so yeah, and Bloomberg did
They had
have
like
that
a
too.
vampire angel and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, but like
And I
they
think
weren't
Magic would have been better if they were all of them were like bonders from like Ikoria, and they were
Arcoria.
like, here's me and my spider companion instead of like
Yeah.
random mishmash personally.
So
Um,
have we've seen all the cards from the Through the Omen Paths? Have we? Do we have the story, the background on what's going on here? Like, do we go through an Omen Path to like a spider world or something?
that's what I would imagine. I haven't seen the lore on it as of yet. But it's funny because some of the cards are like in universe, like uh, the Sinister Six Reanimator card. I forget what it's called, but
Uh,
it's like Hex of Undeath, and it's a picture of Liliana like reanimating up to six creatures. Like that fits perfectly,
yeah,
you know. But it's really with the creature types. Sometimes it's like what's going on, or like one of the vampires is looks like just Ixalan vampire now. So those fit great, but these human spider heroes are just like
yeah.
wacky.
The non creature spells like are, I feel like, are pretty easy to make, not Spider Man ish. But some of these are just pretty bad. And then we've got like they changed the like keywords and stuff because we used to
Yeah,
have like in the Spider-Man set it's web slinging. Now in the Through the Omen Pass it's called in web, which
yeah.
I guess I don't know if it's because they couldn't use web slinging. I doubt that's the case. I think it's probably because they're trying to like make this kind of generic so they could use it if they did webs, like say there's Spider-Man in one of the future Marvel sets. When they go to do the Through the Omen Path set, then they can just use in web. But or like do they make in web on creatures that aren't from like Marvel or Spider-Man? Like do we get like a spider
Yeah.
in like Magic the Universe that has in web? I guess maybe they're just leaving that door open,
I mean,
but
technically, we do have these are in Spider Verse. So the
true.
Clutter Cluster is a legendary creature, Spider Hero, within Web. Apparently, I don't know why
Yeah.
the spider's a hero, but it is. You know,
Yeah.
and it's not an evil spider, I guess. Or like, but Oris, last of the Web Lords, like legendary creature, spider human advisor. He's a guy riding a spider. Maybe he's also a spider guy. I have no idea, but it's kind of silly looking at some of these, and I feel like from what the noise on the internet was about, like, are they allowed to reprint Spider-Man at all? Blah 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 blah. Or is it just a digital thing? There's a lot of confusion there. To me, it kind of screams that like there was confusion, and the way this Through the Omen Pass looks to me kind of makes me feel like it is confused, and they just had to slap something together. I might be wrong. I don't want to like crap yuck anyone's yum. Maybe this was like a well executed plan, but
Yeah.
um, it definitely didn't prove to me that I. It's not convincing enough to me that it was planned. If that makes any
No.
sense.
Like
Yeah, it's
you
not
might have
like
been onto something. I think you talked about it on one of our previous podcasts that Sony does own the digital rights to Spider-Man, and so this could be why we're getting the through the Omen Paths on Arena and Magic Online. Um, it could, the future Marvel sets maybe we will get on, proper on Arena. Maybe it isn't a Disney thing. It's a Marvel thing or a Sony thing.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm not sure. So
Yeah, so I don't know. It just they didn't convince me with when I'm looking at these cards,
no,
these arena only cards, that they weren't like they have weird random names. They I don't fully feel a theme. Even if you painted a theme on here, I'd be like, yeah, okay. Like the spider pig is a great example. Tyran tusk, unwisely awoken. Are you kidding me? It's a spore spider. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like Magic has weird crossover animals, but like,
yeah.
you know, like I would have
And
rather seen like a spider and a boar that are on like Bloomborough or something. They're like, we're buddies.
yeah, well, I
I
mean,
don't know.
speaking of, so we've got this card, Strength of Will, that has Bloomborough bunnies on it, and
Yep.
it's in the same set as this spider stuff. So I'm not sure what's going on here because we've got also supportive parents, which is looks like they're at like their race on Average Car or something. So yeah, it's all over the place. It feels really really messy, and yeah, I just
Yeah, I'm not digging it on the Yeoman Pass. I mean, like I'm kind of glad to have the. I like having alternate arts and stuff, so it's cool to see some of these other images and stuff. So that's a plus. But it definitely looks like
yeah,
ham-fisted. You know,
it's
if this was like a regular Marvel set, like a difference like non-Spider-Man so heavy, if it was like Avengers, then it wouldn't be as weird maybe because you
yeah,
wouldn't have like everything's a spider.
right,
It'd be
yeah,
like, well, this is a guy, and this is another guy, and this
yeah.
is
This is
another girl, and this is another lady. Like,
yeah,
but it's the
yeah.
spider factor that's
It's messy at best. So
yeah. And then it works super well on random things. Like if you're a rhino, I guess it's okay. But if you're a rhino human,
yeah,
if you're a goblin, that's okay. Apparently, Green Goblin is just a goblin because the he's just a goblin villain. So it's interesting. I don't know. We're just rubbing some things. We definitely are asking Wizards to just do a little better, obviously, and being convincing on whatever you're doing with your in-universe product. But again, I am a little weird because I'm like, we're never gonna see. I don't. When are we seeing these cards in paper? Because there's definitely ones I would prefer,
yeah.
like Goblin stuff.
Maybe at one point we'll get like do the Owen Paths Masters where they'll take some of these universes beyond cards and not just the Spider-Man cards, but like maybe we'll get some Final Fantasy cards that are not in the Final Fantasy, universe. They're in the Magic universe, and or we'll get some finally get the like Walking Dead cards or
Yeah.
the Stranger Things. I think we're still waiting on Stranger Things, right? Like maybe we'll get
No,
some of
we
those.
got those. We
Did we
got
get all of
those.
them? Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
But yeah, so I think we'll get a through the Omen Paths Masters or something like some dumb shit like that. So
Yeah. I mean, they got to reprint these cards eventually. I don't know when we go into the reprint meta, but
yeah,
eventually people are not going to be able to get their Final Fantasy cards or get their Spider-Man cards. So people are going to be like, give us some more.
yeah. So
So,
so there isn't a serialized card in this set, and I feel like Wizards is trying to not print as many serialized cards because I think me might have talked about this before. That so they have to print the odds of opening certain cards on the packs, and so people were able to kind of do the reverse math and figure out the print runs of cards.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, so I don't know if that's still the case with. I guess you don't know how many of these cards are. So like the card for Edge of Eternities was the Sothera card. The one for this one is the what is it, the Soul Stone,
Mhm.
and so they're not serialized, but they're very limited. But they won't say how limited they are. So I don't know if the odds are on the packaging or not. But anyways, so I feel like they're moving away from serialized cards for that reason. So we've they've already said that there's no serialized cards in the set. The Infinity Stone is the you know
Rare card.
yeah, and then we've got the Spider-Man cards that are kind of like the neon chocobos where he's wearing a different costume on each
Oh
one.
yeah.
So we've got those, and so yeah, I feel like that's kind of the model that they're gonna like move to. I feel like in the future is we're gonna have the one card, the one I forget what they call it, the headliner card or whatever, and then we'll get
Hmm.
these other ones that have the different chase versions. But I feel like maybe we're done with serialized cards at least
So for
for the
me,
time being.
I kind of prefer um I kind of prefer the serialized variation just for the fact that it lets people be a little bit more knowledgeable of what they're buying into and get the rarity because Wizards is just notorious for making like very unstable um buying environments.
Yeah,
And like that might sound a little funny coming from me because I buy and resell stuff, but I mean honestly, you should have some confidence as to like what the odds are. Like they're supposed to say how often you get a type of card in a pack. And I just feel like making it that nebulous. I think they basically don't want to be able to be pigeon-toed into the number because you
yeah,
can't reprint more. Um, and people once you know, and then you see some odds, you can figure it out. So I think they're just trying to escape that net, that little thing they got into. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I like that. I think as weird as it is, when I saw serialized at first, I thought it was going to be a bad thing, but now it's kind of like maybe it's the best way to make it make sense, like of how many cards are out there.
yeah.
Um, but I don't know. You might be right. It might be we might be done with them. I don't feel like there was an uproar. I think most people are still just kind of like, I want to get my cards. I want to be able to buy a box. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
and
yeah. I think yeah, just making having the product available is the top of everyone's minds right now.
yeah, I mean,
Well,
I'm not playing
available at
standard, but I mean, you need four VVs. I don't know how easy it is to go get four VVs right now.
yeah,
And then if they get banned, then what?
right.
Like how much is VV right now?
I'm gonna guess $70.
Uh, VV for the most normal version is 33, which isn't too bad. Um, is it still legal in all formats?
Yeah,
Yes.
for now.
So that's not bad for a Magic card, honestly.
Yeah,
So I mean, if that's the like worst situation you had to spend 120 for one of your best playset cards. I mean, we've had that before. Gideon in the
we've had.
past,
I mean, Jason Mind
Jason
Sculptor
Mind
was a
Sculptor.
$100 by himself. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
He was like uh-oh, this we messed up. Like I
well,
feel
so's
like
Vivi. So to be fair.
well, well, VV's again in like that we should well, I don't know, they should have known better with Jason Mind Sculptor, I guess. It's a little tough. But VV's a lot cheaper, so
Yeah,
obviously the supply is there.
I think
So
Baneslayer was up to close to $50 at one point, I
it was
believe. So
50. It
yeah,
was 50.
so
Yeah, so they've had the but that was in a time where the printing was so much less, and
yeah,
I think that was
way less
when
packs
Mythics
were
were
opened,
new.
then. So
I think that was only like the third or fourth set with Mythics period, Like I think it was like Shards of Alara, M10, Zendikar, World Wake. I think it was just like not understanding the product demand,
yeah,
So it's a whole new world, and I guess, because they never stay the same, which is maybe a good thing, maybe a bad thing. We're just experiencing it all one way or the other. So
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Spider-Man's looking kind of cool. There's some fun cards. The more I read through the set, the more I find fun stuff. It was fun reading through the set, trying to find some like gems I wanted to talk about. Like there are definitely cards I love in this set. I was really kind of like down on it, but now I'm like, oh, all right,
Yeah.
it's looking pretty fun.
I don't know.
You
It
know?
doesn't do a whole lot for me. Like like I'm kind of in the same boat as you. There's like, a handful of cards that I want to get my hands on that I've got, that I want to put in decks, and but otherwise, I don't know. Well, it releases next week, pre-release anyways, so I'll be heading out to a pre-release to play, and I'll have a more informed opinion after that. That's really what's important to me is how well how fun the set is to play. So we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. I the only cards like I'm really looking at to add to my decks right now is like the lizard, um, which I'm kind of sad he wasn't called the lizard, but I think that would have been a cooler name. There's definitely some sweet cards in here I'm interested in playing. I guess that's where I'm happy about.
Yeah.
Um, we'll just see. All my complaints are kind of superficial beyond that, so we'll see how it goes. I'm not planning on building any commander decks out of it. Maybe playing some cards. But yeah, it looks cool. I'm interested to see how it comes in. One of the guys in my play group builds a deck every set, so
Mm.
he's got Peter Parker on deck. So,
Okay.
but this morning, he came down. He's like, "Oh yeah, I can't wait to play it. I'm gonna go Peter Parker into Jin Gataxias." I'm like, "Oh." He's like, "And Vorinclex." I'm like, "Oh my god." And it's like it says cast, so you get the abilities too. I'm like, "Oh, here we go." So not a
Because
good thing,
because
but
you can pay 3 and play those.
yep.
Yeah.
So you're just like attack with this spider. No one can block the spider. Sweet. Or tap it with Springleaf Drum. Jin Gataxia's turn, whatever turn. I guess that's
Yeah.
turn like. I guess it's a while because you gotta like flip Spider-Man, right? What does he do? Or yeah, Peter.
Peter, no, I think you play him turn 2, and then turn 3 I believe you could do it on turn 3.
What's he do? He is Peter Parker. He enters, makes a spider. You got to pay 4. Okay, so it's actually kind of hard to do.
Oh,
So you
so
got to pay 4 to flip him,
he has to be on the backside for that to happen.
or you just cast him as the backside, I guess, right? Because he's a modal double face card.
Yeah.
So you cast Spider-Man on turn 3, and then turn 4. Oh, but he has vigilance, so he can't bounce himself. That's funny. Oh, that's good. Oh, okay. So you have your Springleaf Drum in play. You tap Spider-Man, and then you switch for Gataxias, and then you get blown out, hopefully by swords,
Yeah.
or you win.
Yeah, I was
Uh,
sad. I was sad that he
oh no, you have
said
this. Yeah.
I was sad he said colored spells because I wanted to um, pop in some Eldrazi.
Oh, safety, safety. Thank God. I was thinking that, and I didn't read the card. Obviously,
Yeah,
reading the card
yeah,
explains. Yeah,
yeah.
spooky.
Unfortunately, so yeah,
Yeah,
You
unfortunately.
can breathe a little bit easier.
Yeah. Oof, sheesh.
uh, all right. Well, Spider-Man, like I said, the pre-release is coming up. Next week, and the what is it, the 19th, I believe, is the date. And then right after that, I'll be in MagicCon Atlanta. So looking forward to that. Well, the Friday of MagicCon Atlanta is the official release day for Spider-Man. So it'll be pretty cool. So yeah, you got anything else? Just
Nope,
gonna
that's all I got.
work on your cube for the next couple weeks.
Yeah, work on that. Work on some commander decks. Hopefully, I keep getting commander deck ideas, so I just need to like actually
Yeah,
make the deck, and then I'll
yeah.
play some Magic. It's been a
I'm
while. I'm
I'm
out of the
like
itch.
I'm like neck deep in right now. I'm sorting, or I'm like integrating all of the collections that I've bought over the past few months. I'm integrating them into my collection, and then I am um, putting everything online on digitally. So I have like a digital, um, you know, collection manager, and so that's what I'm in the middle of right now. My living room, I've got 2 tables set up in there full of cards and sorting space. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I've been working on. I got to get into to MagicCon mode, but so
I'm actually in the process of making trade binders and stuff like that
okay.
for all the collection stuff I've bought. I bought a bunch of Bloomborough decks and got a lot of singles from that. I'm
Oh
listing
yeah,
online, building. I need to go to some stores and trade and try to convert these collections I've got. So anyone looking for some cool cards,
You
I
still
got my
got your
Hammer and Azan here.
ancient tomb.
Yep, still got the Ancient Tomb if
Okay.
you're looking for that. Got all that cool stuff. But yeah, I gotta convert some of these cards. Certain cards I was surprised that weren't trading or weren't selling was like Halvar, God of Battles. I have him listed, I feel like the lowest online and Saint selling. So it's just
Yeah.
interesting to learn how the economics of Magic the Gathering works. Some cards I'm like, oh, this sold, and some are like my Gilded Drake I listed for like it's like light plate Gilded Drake for like 170. It sold. But then, some of my cards that I think I'm under on are like, I'm just hanging out. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
Learning economics. So
When are you gonna start putting cards together, like physical cards for your cube?
once it's done, I will probably put physical cards together. Um, once I get a new job, hopefully, when I have some extra
Oh,
stability and money,
gotcha.
that's probably when. Right now, I'm just working hard, trying to. I'm making a lot of money, but
how close are you on finalizing the list? Do you think?
ooh, until I start getting reps where I'm like drafting decks and like feeling like they're all good,
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty far away, I think.
Okay.
Because I have a bunch of creatures, lots of permanents, but the problem is it's not the permanents that shape the cube, it's the spells.
Hmm.
Because if I just go this, you go that, whatever's
Yeah.
better wins. So now I have to make it like put in a lot of interesting spells. So that's what I've been working on is trying
Yeah.
to and sorting out some of them. Like I have Chainer in there, which I really have nostalgia for, but A, I've played that card a lot. And B, in practice in the cube, I don't think it's going to be very good because you need to play a 5 mana 3/3 and then you have to untap and like spend life
Right.
and do it. So I'm like, this card's not going to get played. So I think I'm going to swap that for like Laquatus's Champion and some other cards like that. So it's been fun. I'm really enjoying doing it. I feel like I'm playing Magic kind of in my head and like doing a lot of like Magic
Yeah.
stuff. So it's scratching the itch, but I'm not actually playing, which
Yeah.
maybe that's okay. So,
All right.
but yeah,
Well, let's get out of here. Everybody, go enjoy your Spider-Man pre-release or your Through the Oma Pass pre-release if you're playing on Arena, and go have fun playing the set. And we will see you guys next week. Don't forget to like, shower, and subscribe.
peace.